Hey guys, Cap24 here from SmartMadden.com, coming back with part 7 of the man press beater formation scheme series that we've been doing out of the Saints playbook. Today we're going to be looking at shotgun, and we're going to be looking at the split offset and also the doubles weak when we go through this video. The first play we're going to be looking at is out of the split offset, and it's really the only play that I like in this formation. It's going to be called the PA skinny post. So go ahead and take a look at it now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this PA skinny post play. I want to go ahead and show you several different ways to beat man press. The first way and the best way of this play is going to be this A receiver on this nice sharp turn into the inside on this post play. Now I'm going to show you a couple different options as well to make sure that the guy doesn't key on that post play. What we're going to do is put the A on a streak and move him over to the right hand side. Now what's going to happen here is the linebacker has to pick him up, leaving the RB on the DB on the left-hand side. Okay, so that's going to give us a huge advantage to the right. Now, I like to leave him on a check and release because what ends up happening is that DB gets lulled into that route to where he doesn't sprint over there right away, and we're able just to dump it off to him for an easy 5 to 10 yard gain. So let me show you that option first while we have it. Watch that DB, how he doesn't sprint over until he does his release, giving us the opportunity to get a lot more consistent yardage on this. So watch here. What you're going to see is that the B stops and goes, and as soon as he does it, he plays in a trail position to where he just never catches up to that player, and we're going to get an easy 5 to 10 yards. So I'm just going to show it one more time here. As soon as you see, right now, you see that player, as soon as he moves to the right, they switch. That's what gives you that opportunity, and you're going to be able again to go ahead and watch that DB. He doesn't sprint, now he's sprinting, and you're going to be able to get all this yardage here, a good consistent 5 to 10 pretty much every single time. Now, what I want to show you again here is the red route and show you how that beats man press really easily. It's going to be able, even if he gets pressed to the outside, as soon as he makes his cut, he's going to have a good opportunity to have that separation. But you see that he is going right at that free safety, so a lot of times you want to go ahead and press the A catch in order to go ahead and get the possession and get down. So let's watch that A receiver now. You're going to see even though he gets bumped out, as soon as he gets to the inside, we're going to be able to catch it and get down for the easy post route. And then the last option is a really unique option, and I want to kind of show you that this X receiver, as long as the ball is in the middle of the field to the middle right side of the field, so basically where the right in the middle of the field to where my right guard is, maybe his right foot, maybe that little spot. I'll show you if I'm like from about right here to here, that's your range. So what we're going to do is show you that as long as the ball's right there, you're going to have a nice option to be able to throw it to this X receiver if he gets an outside release. So the way I'm watching it right now is to say, okay, I'm in the middle of the field or middle to the right, it doesn't matter. The X, as long as I'm looking at him, he gets pushed to the outside, I'm going to fire it to him as soon as he does his cut to the quarter. Now, if he doesn't get inside, then I'm going to either throw it to the RB or the A. So you got 3 different types of options when the ball's in the middle to the middle right of the field. So let's watch it now. Watch that X receiver. He gets to the outside. As soon as he makes his cut out there, you can see how he does that fade stop right there, and it's a nice, easy ability to get a easy 10 yards on that play. So it's going to show it again. Watch our reads and watch to see what happens. Let me just press everybody up, make sure that nobody's getting unpressed. Alright, so now we're going to watch the X receiver. Does he get outside? He doesn't. So this time I'm going to go to the A receiver, get himself down, and get the easy catch. So it's really read left to right. And I'll show it to you one more time with the reads just to make sure you see it and see if that guy gets the outside release. If he doesn't, then we can also throw it to the RB. Kind of just see it there. So let's watch the X. Does he get outside? He doesn't. We can throw it to the RB here and get the easy 5 yards. So that's basically so you can see both as you go. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the gun doubles weak formation, and we're going to go ahead and look at the play called Saints Sail Dig. And we're going to go ahead and use that left slot receiver to our advantage on his unique route in order to beat man press. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this wide receiver and see how he has that nice rigid route that I really like against man press. However, on this play, it doesn't get a good release, and it gets a lot of times gets pressed at the line of scrimmage, leaving him with the ability to kind of get thrown off this route, and it's not as consistent as we want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you a different way to run this Y with a one-step motion to the right to be able to get a nice clean release and then also manipulate the coverage. Now what I mean by that is Right now you can see that the middle linebacker is covering the RB and the guy with the C over his head is covering the Y. When I do that one-step motion, they're going to switch assignments and you're going to be able to run this route against a middle linebacker. So let me show you that real quick here. You're going to see that we're going to do this one-step motion. I'm going to hike it. You're going to see that the guy's going to release that player and he's going to go against the Y receiver and you're going to be able to get that nice separation against the middle linebacker. So this only works if the player is anyone other than the middle linebacker. Now, if the user is a middle linebacker, they will not switch their assignments, okay? So what I like to do is, one, see who the guy's been playing with all game to see if I can attack this without a user middle linebacker. But if he's using the middle linebacker, we can also go ahead and put the B on a slant and go ahead and do the same exact thing we did there and kind of work the BY angle where we can throw it to either one of those receivers. If the guy chooses to stay in the middle of the field, the RB will be wide open on the left-hand side due to the fact that everyone else is covered. So let's go ahead and watch it here where we're going to move this guy over. You see that they're not going to swap, but you're going to be able to throw it to this B really quickly underneath and be able to just hit that player with a nice kind of umbrella with the Y with his route right there to be able to make sure that nobody else hits him. And you're going to see I didn't put the B on the slant that time, but you can see that you can still be able to hit this Y on the break there if you have the ability to, even if it's against the man coverage, it's just going to be a little bit tougher of a coverage. There's that little umbrella that I was telling you before that you'll be able to hit to that receiver. So the next play is going to be called the PA shot curl goes play, and it's a real nice complement to the play we just did with the Saints seal dig. So we're going to run it very similar, but we're going to have a different break. We're going to break it to the inside this time. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. When the last play what we did was use that Y, and we made him do that one-step motion, and he broke out to the left. This time we're going to do the same look. We're going to have him break out to the right. So let's go ahead and show you what we're going to do for adjustments. All we're going to do is put the A on a slant. We're going to put the RB on a check and release, okay? We're going to do that same one-step motion that we did before, where it's going to go ahead and alter the assignments here, and we're going to be able to go ahead and when we do that step motion, you're going to see that it goes to the middle linebacker this time, and see how he's going to do the cut to the inside, which is really going to be able to get you a little bit more wide open on that, and it's really going to get your player to be a little bit more confused of where you're going to go to the ball, especially if he's the free safety where, say, he's going to try to jump it this way because you already did it once on that slow motion. He's actually going to break the opposite way and giving you the ability to kind of just keep them off balance there. So I'm going to just show you again, check and release, put the A on. It could be a slant, it could be a drag, it could be whatever you want. This time I'll just put it on a drag and just do this one-step motion over here to the right. Like I said before, it's going to change the assignment, and then you're going to be able to do that play right there and get that easy ability to get about 15 to 20 yards on that play. So the next play we're going to be looking at is the PA Saints cross. And we're going to be able to use this red route in that same similar fashion we've been doing with the one-step motion to the right in conjunction with the check and release in order to really be able to have a nice quick hitter here to that player. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. In the past, what we showed you the last two plays is the in route and the out route took a little bit more time to develop in order to get it open. And so when people are, after you run that a couple times, people are going to kind of think that they got enough time. Is he going to go out? Is he going to go in? But what we're going to do here is we're going to do kind of a quick hitter. We're going to put the RB on the check and release, and when we do this little one-step motion, you're going to see that he does a little bit in, and then he goes really quickly to the inside, and it's just going to kind of get them thrown off a little bit because they're expecting you to kind of take a little bit longer on that route, and you're just going to be able to hit them on this ability to go ahead and get a little bit quicker of a hit. He goes across the face of that linebacker, and you're going to get a good, again, 15 to 20 yards if you time it right. Now, there is a possibility that you're going to be able to get this A receiver on this play as well, because he's got, if you have a really good tight end, he's going to be able to get inside leverage on them, and it'll go ahead and put the RB on the check and release and all that. I also like to put the X on a streak as the setup as well, just so that way I have the ability to drive off that free safety. So the real idea is to hit it to this guy right here, but if you see that the A gets a nice little bit of release inside, you're going to be able to throw it to him, but if not, that's the player that you're going to be able to. It all depends on the guy's route running. Tammy's just not the best player, but in Mutt's situation, I'm able to get it to that A a lot of the times just because of the fact that he has a little bit of a inside position there. This time he's going against a DB in a dime situation, so he's not going to be open. But in a nickel situation against a linebacker, a lot of times he's going to be the one that gets open as well. So the next play we're going to be looking at is the corner strike play. And what we're going to be able to do is use that same cross as we did in the last play to be able to use as a route that gets open, but also as a little bit of a decoy. So let's go ahead and take a look at it now. And all we're going to do in this play is, because we got two C routes that are actually really deep, we're going to make them both smart routed. So we're going to take the X, we're going to smart route them, and we're going to put the B and smart route them. Okay, so that's the only two things we're going to do. Then we're going to do that one-step motion with the Y. You're going to see that with the one-step motion with the Y, you're still going to be able to get that Y receiver open across the middle, and you're going to be able to have that as a nice, easy throw and catch with that nice, quick throw there. So, but next thing we're going to do is show that we can go ahead and use that to be able to kind of throw people off. If people key on that, you're going to be able to have them not be able to rotate to the B receiver, and he's going to be able to get open there, and your eyes are going to be on that side, so you can be able to see if the B is open. If not, then you can go ahead and dump it back off to the Y receiver, and you're going to see that if you have a good enough receiver on the left-hand side, you're going to be able to use a back throw there to the X receiver as well. But, you know, the main thing is the B open? No. Let's go ahead and dump it off to the Y receiver. So the next play we're going to be looking at is the PA smash post play. We're going to show you how we can get the tight end and also the red route open by doing some motion here and getting everybody open. So let's go ahead and take a look here. And what we're going to do is take this X receiver, put him on a fade, and we're going to motion him to the right. What that's going to do is going to be able to get the ability to get him down the field and attack that strong safety, leaving the ability for the B to have a nice open space to catch this ball. What we're going to do is hike the ball right before the X settles, so that way he has that clean release right to that string safety. Now the B is going to have a nice unique route to where once he gets off of the press, he's going to make a nice sharp turn into the middle, and we're going to be able to fire it to him. So let's going to take a look at it here. The first guy you're going to be looking at is the A receiver, because of the fact that if he's open right away, you're going to dump it to him. If not, we're going to go to the B receiver. So here we go. We're going to do the motion here. I'm going to show you where you want to hike the ball. And it's right before he settles. You're going to be able to get that free release up the field. You can see how that A does that nice little bit of break, and we're going to throw it to him first. The second time we're going to go ahead, and even if the A is open, we're going to go ahead and show you where the B receiver is going to be open. Based upon that little release, he's going to be able to, once he gets the break, he's going to make that hard cut to the middle, and we're going to be able to get that easy yards, about 20-25 yards over the middle of the field on that post pattern. So the last play of this video is going to be called double cross. I'm going to go show you how we can use that running back route out of the backfield with that little bit of a ridge that we talk about to be used to our advantage in a lot of different ways. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. What we're going to see is just straight off the bat, leaving him in the backfield, we can go ahead and take an opportunity to beat that man coverage from the middle linebacker. So what we're going to do is put the A on a streak and the B on a drag, just to kind of give him an isolation to the right-hand side. That's going to drive off that strong safety, and it's going to take that one cornerback out of the way, doing a one-on-one with that middle linebacker, which a lot of times gives you an opportunity to catch the ball and turn up the field. So go watch it here. You're going to see that the RB is going to be able to beat that middle linebacker across. You're going to be able to throw it to him, get that rack, and be able to get some extra yards around the corner due to the fact that we isolated him on that route. Next thing we can do is go ahead and motion him to the left-hand side, and we can go ahead and do the same exact thing with the A on a streak, the B on a drag, kind of give it a different look, and do the same type of isolation on that middle linebacker. As you can see that he does that, do that inside cut, and he's not going to be able to keep up with him and be able to get the extra yards as well, looking at about 15 to 20 each time. Now, what I also like to do, and I like to do it more from the left-hand side, although it will work on the middle, just a little bit tougher of a throw because it's a little bit less room, we can move this guy to the right-hand side, do the same exact route combination, B on a drag, A on a streak, and give him an isolation on that play to the out route that you're going to be able to go ahead and throw it right there and get the easy 8 to 10 yards if that's what you're looking for there. You could also go ahead and smart route him once you do that, A on a streak and RB on a smart route, give him a little bit more room here, and watch how he does this from the 10-yard spot and be able to get some extra yards. What you can also do is smart route him from the backfield. See how he's now a 15-yard route, and move him over. And you're going to see how now it's a 15-yard route because you're smart routing him from the backfield and doing the same thing. So there's a lot of different options, like I was saying before, to be able to go ahead and use this to your advantage and be able to get some extra yardage against man coverage, especially if you've got that nice one-on-one matchup that you would have most of the time with a running back against a middle linebacker. So that is this version of the part 7 of the man press beaters from the Saints playbook. Please come back and join us for the part 8, which will continue the gun formations as we go through. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Appreciate the follow, guys. You have a great day.